Hi students, this is a question taken from your textbook. Here you are given a graph, and after analyzing this graph you have to answer all these 6 questions. And in this graph, this is showing the temperature of a patient admitted in a hospital, and it is taken after every 2 hours. The first question here is, what information is given on the 2 axes? We can see here on the graph that it is time and temperature recorded along the horizontal and vertical axis. The second question is, what is the patient's temperature at 3 p.m.? Here at 6 a.m. the temperature corresponding to that time on the graph, we can see that the temperature is 36.5. It was 36.5 the temperature at 6 a.m. and at 8 a.m. the temperature was 36. In the same way at 3 p.m. this is a point corresponding to that time, therefore on the graph this is a point on the graph corresponding to 3 p.m. and when we move towards the left we can find the temperature corresponding to that point is 37.5. that is the temperature corresponding to this time 3 p.m. is 37.5. When was the patient's temperature highest is the third question. We can see from the graph the temperature was maximum at 6 p.m. and it is minimum at 8 a.m. And when was the patient's temperature 36.5 degree, that is 36.5. Here the point corresponding to that 36.5 is this, and when we move right we can cross this graph at 2 points, that is at this point, that is at 6 a.m. the temperature was 36.5 and at 9 this temperature of the patient was 36.5. that is at 6 a.m. and at 9 a.m. the temperature of the patient was 36.5. And the fourth last question here is, during which period did the patient's temperature show a downward trend? Here we can see that these two regions, that is these and these, are downward showing the downward trend. That is the period in between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. and between 2 to 4 p.m. the graph shows a downward trend. Let's move on to the next question of the same type. Here you are given the performance of 2 teams, team A and team B. After analyzing this graph we have to answer all these questions. Here we have 2 graphs showing the performance of team A and team B. This continuous line is of team A and this dotted line is of team B. The first question here is, what information is given on the 2 axes? Along this horizontal axis it is hours that is written, and along this vertical axis runs recorded are written. Second question, how many runs did team A scored in the first 5 overs? Here in the first over team A scored 4 runs. You can see that this is a point on the graph of team A and it is right above this one, over number 1. Therefore in the first over they took 4 runs. In the second over they took 12 runs. The third over 8 runs. Fourth over 3 runs. Fifth over 5 runs. Therefore after adding all these runs taken in overs 1 to 5 we can have, or we'll get the sum of all the runs taken in all the 5 overs. Then how many runs did team B scored in the last 5 overs? In the same way we have to add the runs taken by team B in the overs from 6 to 10. Find the sum of all the runs taken by the team B from over number 6 to 10. Then in which over did the team A score maximum runs and in which over did team B score minimum runs? Here this graph, continuous graph, is of team A. Therefore this point, that is in 6th over they scored maximum 16 runs per that over, in that over. and for B this is the maximum point, and it is in the 5th over they took the maximum runs, 18 runs in that over. Then last question, find the average run rate of each team. For finding the answer of this average run rate of a team, we have to find out the sum of all the runs taken in all the overs. Consider one team, performance of one team, and find the sum of all the runs taken by team A in all the overs. Then we will get the total runs, and that total run is taken in 10 overs. Therefore, in order to find out the run rate, we have to divide that total sum into 10 equal parts. That is, run rate is equal to total run divided by number of overs. In the same way, we can find out the run rate of team B also. Then we can think of a homework here. Sports items: cricket, football, hockey, badminton, tennis, swimming, and in each of these categories number of students participating are also given, and we have to draw a line diagram of this previous type. Therefore, the first step that we have to write here is we have to write along this horizontal axis, we have to write all the items of the first row, and above all these items we have to draw points corresponding to the respective frequencies. Therefore, here we can find points right above that. For that, in order to show that we have to the frequency, the maximum frequency is 15 there. In order to make it visible, let us move this axis a little bit and compress. By pressing the shift key, we can compress this y axis a little bit so as to make the last point visible to you. Then after that, the first thing that we have done here is writing all the categories, sports items here along the x-axis, and secondly we plot all the points corresponding to the frequency of the respective items. After that, we have to join all those points by segments. Then we will get the frequency a line graph of the given table.